Welcome back, everyone. Destructive news, no matter how destructive. And in this video, we've got a very unfortunate story because, the news media and just people in America, they really hate when people get murdered. It's a really sad thing. It's really bad. It's very evil. And we hope people get brought to justice, but it's extremely bad when the person that dies is not only a woman, but an attractive woman. Let's listen to the story.
For the suspect who opened fire into a bar and killed an innocent young woman in Northeast Philly. Police say the shooter had just been thrown out of the bar. Here's our Marcus Espinoza.
A beloved friend, co-worker, and daughter murdered after being caught up in the crossfire of a bizarre dispute that led to more than 15...
Here we go. All the bad stuff that happens in Philly is not bizarre. It's not, what do they say? Brazen. It's never as described. This stuff is pretty much standard issue. Unreasonable beefs, unreasonable tension is totally normal in the city of Philadelphia. And we've been talking about this for years. They've been growing this stuff to make this big explosion so that Larry Krasner and his people can come in and save the day. That's what it's all about.
15 shots being fired at the Philly Bar and Restaurant here in Northeast Philadelphia.
How's that fair? How many children got to die before people?
She's not a child. She's an adult of age to go and enter a bar and drink alcohol. Stop calling adults children.
Say enough is enough.
21-year-old Jaylene Holton is one of the latest shooting victims in Philadelphia, and her death is as senseless as they come for family and friends.
All deaths are senseless. Why? What are some deaths not senseless? Like, oh, there's a reason for the person to die. Anybody that dies, any citizen, any non-player, NPC, doesn't deserve to die. They just don't. Gangsters, gang members, hey, we can go in on them all day. But normal people, normies, there's no reason for them to die in this violent way.
Friends. James Holton is her uncle. He says it was rare to even find her out at a bar.
I doubt that, but that's no reason for someone to be killed.
She was a good kid. She worked. She usually worked and went home. I mean, she didn't go out often. Her friend called her up. She went out to Topgolf, and then they came out here. They were going to be here about 15, 20 minutes, and that's when the altercation broke out.
Relatives tell us Holton was at the Philly Bar and Restaurant here in Philly just before 11:30 last night, not to grab drinks, but to be a designated driver for friends. Instead, police say a man upset with being denied a billiards table decided to open fire.
A loud argument ensued. The persons were escorted from the bar, during which time one of the males went back to his vehicle and he retrieved a handgun. And then from the parking lot, he fired into the bar approximately 15 times, striking the young woman in the head one time.
And everybody's running around like it's the Wild West out here. I mean,
not everyone, mostly just criminals and gang members.
Cowards shooting at a bar from 100 feet away or more.
Sean Fabian.
I can agree with you on that. Definitely coward move to just shoot into a blacked out window because you're upset about a billiards table. So let's keep going. Let's listen, and I'll explain what happened at the end if they don't.
Worked with Holton at the nearby Target near the Neshaminy Mall. He says when they all found out this morning it was her, they could not handle it.
I got to work and all the managers are gathered around on the phone. I'm looking at the picture of her and everyone starts crying. I'm like, damn.
He says the knee-jerk reaction to using guns in this city is out of control.
You shot 15 times in the bar over a game of pool. It's ridiculous.
Philadelphia Police Department investigating right now as they comb through surveillance footage that captured the shootout on camera. In Northeast Philadelphia, Marcus Espinoza, Fox 29 News.
All right, so what happened? Let's take a look at this crummy neighborhood. Man, oh man, if this young lady did not live in this community, I don't understand why she was here. This place looks like a dump. Look at the roads. You got stuff growing into the roads. Aerial infrastructure just looks disrepair. These plazas. Let's take a look at the stores. Salad Work, Citizens Bank, Retro Fitness. What do we got in here? Quiznos. There's a Quiznos there. There's no way. Jenny Craig, Las Margaritas. I actually like that restaurant. A lot of this stuff is just bonk, man. Look at these. Look at the roads. Look at the overgrown grass. Looks like they're building something there. I don't know what that is. What's this? Career Academy. Permanently closed. I don't know what this is. This just doesn't look like a good area. Burger King. Low rated. We got a plaza. Used vehicle. Probably buy here, pay here place. Buses everywhere. Junky looking apartments. It's just not a good looking place. And this is the plaza that the shooting happened in. Net cost, I don't know. This looks like a low budget grocery store. Eastern European specialties. Ethnic neighborhood for sure. I don't know if that's an undercover police vehicle, unmarked. No, probably not. But that is where this is where it happened right here. Dude went out, started shooting through the window. This just does not look like a good area. I wouldn't be hanging out here. Just wouldn't be. What is this? Hookah lounge. Instant tags. Magic nails. Just no good. No good. No good. What in the world? I don't see any project house. This might be. I don't know. It might not be. Try just low income. I'm not seeing any like single family homes anywhere. Just a bunch of apartments. This apartment complex looks a little better. The property looks a little better, but this just doesn't look like the greatest area in the world. There's just a lot of overgrown stuff going on here. Just not a good look. Unfortunately, she died. So I guess what happened was this place only has one pool table, but they were hosting a pool tournament. There was a tournament going on. There was a bunch of games scheduled. A guy comes in. Hey, I want to play pool. They're like, well, you can't play pool because we got like all these games scheduled. Yikes. We got all these games scheduled. There's a single family home. And you can't play. So dude's like, man, whatever. Starts fussing and fighting with him. He leaves. And he leaves. He doesn't come back. He goes out to the parking lot, pulls a gun out. I believe it was a rifle. Starts shooting through the bar window. They said he shot like 15 to 20 rounds through the window, one of them hitting the victim, striking her in the head. And they said, this looks terrible. They said that it just didn't look good from the very start at the scene. It didn't look like she was going to make it. And she didn't, unfortunately. This is terrible. These roads, look at these apartments. I mean, it's not like the ghetto, but it's definitely, this just isn't a place where young women should be hanging out at the bars that service these communities. I mean, look at the vehicles, look at the homes. There's going to be a lot of upset people. There's going to be a lot of depression as the economy tightens around the necks of the people that are already not doing that good. And you want to put yourself in these communities especially if you don't live here. I just don't know. And people are going to get mad at me maybe, but it's not a good look. I wouldn't want to be out here. I wouldn't be walking around here at night. I wouldn't be going to the bars that service this community. They only got one pool table, having a pool tournament, people getting into fights and arguments, and then all of a sudden they trying to kill people. Anybody could have gotten hit. Anybody could have died that night. Extremely lucky there was only one person. This just doesn't look good. Here's some single family homes, but they're all really rinky dinky, ugly looking homes. Old. I don't know, man. Just another story. A young, innocent normie killed. What are you going to do? Let us know what you think and feel. Get in the comment section. Also, do you notice that they didn't give any kind of description? They just said it was a man. It was a man. It looked like a man. We don't know his race. We don't know how tall he is, what car he was driving. We're all the people in that community are just like, okay, the nowhere man. What are they going to do? What if they would counter the person? You don't know. No description. Nobody's seen him. But the police have a description. They're just not releasing it. I'm just curious as to why. Thank you again. Get in that comment section. We'll see you on the next one. Later.